someone's trying to pass this off as more GTA 6.
I believe this was a Far Cry leak. I saw it on YouTube. It has 1 million views. It was very convincing.
At this point, it's just getting a bit lazy. They're just copy and pasting like some of the stuff we saw in those 2022 leaks. But yeah, I mean, this is another fake one.
All right, what's up, everybody? New GTA 6 leak from former Rockstar dev. Let's get into it.
Through all the fake leaks that have been going around in the GTA 6 world over the last couple of days and weeks, we actually did get a real GTA 6 leak from an actual former Rockstar developer. They posted on their LinkedIn what they worked on and then later deleted it because it gave away some information about the game. So in today's video, that's what we're going to be taking a look at, as well as a couple of other things that have been going on in the GTA 6 world also. So without further ado, let's hop right in. So here we have the post of this developer. This was on their LinkedIn. They were working at Rockstar for 3 years and 3 months, from February 2020 to April 2023. They said they worked on Grand Theft Auto 6 and they took lead on the next generation procedural breakable glass system for vehicles and props.
Oh, I think I heard about this, or I read it somewhere. I think it was Reddit. Yeah, I read it on Reddit. So they would handle, you know how when you're playing GTA 5 and you shoot out the car windows and then the glass just breaks and it looks almost like real life glass breaking physics? Yeah, that's that person. All right, well, let's see what else he does. Was responsible for designing tools for production to capture in-game footage with extra details from our rendering system. Okay, so they're the recording aspect for the trailers. Fix and improve various rendering systems. That's more vague, but we know that has to do with visuals, things we see. But this really is the most next generation. This is the main focus.
And that's the big one we're going to talk about.
Oh, and interjecting again real quick. This shouldn't be surprising. I don't think this is that bad. Granted, he shouldn't have posted it. But, and I think this is LinkedIn, but I mean, it's GTA 6. I'm pretty sure everybody expects procedural glass, like amazing glass breaking physics. That's a given. So it's not like anything hugely revealing.
But just finishing up what else they worked on, they were responsible for designing tools for production to capture in-game footage with extra details from our rendering system. So I guess a better, recording system. And then also they fixed and improved various rendering systems. And what does make this very believable is once people found out about this only a couple hours later, they deleted all of it and just said, hey, I worked on GTA 6. Now, this isn't, of course, the biggest bit of info.
Minor gripe, but I prefer when they put Grand Theft Auto VI rather than just this number 6. It just looks better like this than this. I don't know why.
I mean,
psychologically,
we had procedural breakable glass in GTA 5.
Yeah, there it is. The glass breaking
of cars in that game. The glass broke semi-realistically. Presumably, GTA 6 will just be
semi-realistically,
a lot more realistic and a lot better.
Way better, yeah.
In trailer 1, kind of what this might look like. I mean, you can see some glass, it looks like, on the ground after this car had crashed. So I guess maybe the glass will break not just from shooting. Like if you get into wrecks, you crash into buildings and signs and other things, you will see glass shatter from vehicles as well. So I guess maybe that is part of that procedural glass breaking system, which sounds great, sounds cool. But the part I actually want to focus on is the and props here, because what could glass breaking system for props be? I mean,
I guess other objects that are breakable. So cash registers, windows on stores and buildings. It might not even necessarily just be glass, but it could be other materials. I can't think of any off of the top of my head, which is why I paused there. But yeah, basically objects around the city, the map. Better physics like breaking. Damage physics, essentially.
Goes to a bunch of different things. Number one, could this?
Yeah, let's hear what he says.
Windows of buildings breaking, like let's say
just said that.
Station or something. can you shoot the window and go?
And again, liquor bottles are also glass. I couldn't think of any examples there, but he just lists the few that I gave. These are probably going to break, and then the liquid is probably going to pour out realistically when you shoot these. I'm wondering about like chips too, or just snacks in general. These are probably going to be like full of dust or whatever.
Go out that way? I mean, that seems a little too much, but I don't know. Maybe that's part of what Rockstar's trying to do here. It could also mean like small things such as glasses. Like if you're wearing sunglasses or just regular glasses and you get into a fight, or again, you crash in a car, maybe the glasses start to break. I mean, it wouldn't affect gameplay or anything. It would just be cosmetic, but I mean, that's a prop that could be broken with this glass procedural system. Other things, smaller things on vehicles, like the headlights, like the glass on the headlights maybe could break. Although I think, isn't that plastic in most cars? Maybe that's not the greatest example, but other things like...
Yeah, it is plastic on most vehicles.
If there's glass in that and you run into it, you know, that...
Yeah, like this right here. Yeah.
That'll break. I believe in trailer 2, we saw inside of Jason's house, he has a little tank with a snake in it. Maybe stuff like that could even break, and then the snake could get loose. I believe in the 2022 leaks, there was a bunch of missions where people lost pets and like in the events that people discovered, and you, the player, had to go find these pets. And I think one of them was like a lost snake. So I don't know, something like that could also be a possibility. So I know this isn't, of course, the biggest, leak ever, but I do think it's pretty interesting, especially the fact that they have this system not just for vehicles, but also for props. So let us know in the comments, like, what, I guess, do you think this could be used for in addition to just windows on vehicles?
But it says breakable glass system, so rereading that sentence just now, I think it really is just for glass. This glass constructed objects in game.
Happened over the last few days, and the first one was Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick, I believe, and I guess he did another interview.
We reacted to that the other day.
GTA 6 is likely to launch at the standard premium price of $70 or $80. So I mean, we kind of figured it would be around this, but it doesn't look like at least it's going to be 100. So that's maybe the good news. He also confirmed the title will not include in-game ads, which, I mean, that's the world we live in, where people have to confirm in-game ads are not going to be in the game. Now, there will be ads in-game, but it'll be, of course, like the fake ones, the ones that are making fun of the real-life ones. Although I'm sure this is just for single player, because for online, I'm sure there'll be ads for like shark cars and stuff. And then he did talk about AI.
Oh, definitely.
Which we have already looked at. And we already know what his thoughts are on AI. This was another little story that popped up. It's not as major as it sounds.
I saw this as well, just briefly on Google.
Which was still very crappy for them, I'm sure. But Rockstar Games were illegally underpaying staff at a GTA 6 studio. I guess one of the ones in the UK. So not great as far as Rockstar goes. I guess the government even got involved, but yeah,
that's crazy.
Like, you're gonna make billions of dollars. I don't see why it's that hard.
Yeah, just pay them, bro.
Like I've been saying, we're gonna see a lot more of these. Here's another fake.
Oh, this is nice. The game is running low on video memory. Yeah, this was all over the other leaks. I think they use a 1080 Ti. Look, they use an RTX 2080 Super. Oh, I just spat. An RTX 2080 Super. When bug testing, I'm guessing VRAM over by 1.2 gig.
Leaked. Someone's trying to pass this off as more GTA 6.
I believe this was a Far Cry leak. I saw it on YouTube. It has 1 million views. It was very convincing.
And at this point, it's just getting a bit lazy. They're just copy and pasting like some of the stuff we saw in those 2022 leaks. But yeah, I mean, this is another fake one. And like I've been saying, I'm sure it's only going to get worse.
It's very convincing, though.
As we get closer and closer to the game, as we get more info about the game, you're going to probably see more detailed and better fake leaks. But this is another in the long line of fake leaks people are putting out there trying to fool people. But the final thing I want to end on is this one. And this one's like a 50-50. It could be fake. It could just be some random guy talking about some GTA 6 stuff, or it could be real. And the reason I say it could be real is because it's very, very niche. And if someone were to fake this, I mean, we've seen it before. It can be done, but
imagine that 35,000 lines of NPC dialogue, additional, not all that's not all of it additional. Think about that. That's just NPC stuff. That doesn't the story. Well, granted, the story would have. I don't know. It wouldn't have less dialogue, but less variation because the story is set one way. Although we're likely to have some optional system where, depending on what you choose, it affects other things in the story. But 35,000 is insane,
this is
man.
Not the sort of info I would think people would want to fake, but apparently at the moment, or a couple of months ago, at least 35,000 additional lines of NPC dialogue were recorded during some new voice sessions. And this is coming from apparently someone who is close to the SAG-AFTRA, which is the Screen Actors Guild. And I don't know what that part stands for, but it's basically like if you're working in the industry, I guess you're a part of this.
Screen Actors Guild
sessions, they actually had over 300 voice actors. And they said this dialogue is not related to the main storyline. So that part, I guess, has already been done. But this focuses on NPC reactions, environmental interactions and encounters, strangers and freaks type missions, and random world events. And they said most of the core NPC dialogue was recorded prior to July 2024, but after the delay, I guess Rockstar went back to some of the cut content and they were revisiting and expanding it. And I guess that included NPC interaction dialogue. These sessions started in early December and they wrapped up a few weeks ago. The exact dialogue was not visible, but the recording session labels provided some context. And you can see right here, we had NPC indoor reaction to exit dialogue, NPC outdoor reaction to entrance dialogue. So I guess maybe like when you walk into buildings or leave buildings, additional interactions.
Yeah. And then they just have a bunch of recordings that fall under each of these categories listed here.
1 to 5, yep.
And then you use randomizing if statements to pick whichever sound file the NPC is gonna play to simulate the NPC talking.
Branch. NPC scenarios 1 to 5, no branch. So I wonder if that's
that bit of a
better version
developer
of
brain here.
To greet and antagonize system. I believe that only went to like 3 times you could either greet or antagonize someone. This, if we're taking it at face value, is saying, you know, there's up to 5 branches, I guess. We have a NPC daily cycle in the morning, NPC daily cycle in the afternoon, NPC social media response positive, and NPC social media response negative. So, you know, maybe this is part of the stuff we saw in trailer 1, whether it's you recording stuff for social media and they're responding to you, or if they're just responding to other NPCs. I don't know, but I don't know. It kind of interesting stuff here. And then he said, to clarify where this info comes from, it's not someone working at Rockstar or a voice actor. It's, I guess, because maybe they were a bit sloppy with some of the, you know, hiding some of this information during these voice recording sessions. And then apparently they also, Rockstar are planning to go to locations in Florida and Georgia to record background. It says ambient and crowd.
I would have thought they would have already done this like years ago.
And these are some of the locations that they went to in Georgia and Florida. So I guess what they, assuming this is real, what they want to do is go to these locations and record some of the ambient noise like that nature makes, or, you know, some of the cars make or whatever. So like I said, this could be true because it's not like it's just a random little niche thing that someone would fake, but it is the internet, so maybe that is the case. I just wanted to throw it on here at the end because I did find it very interesting. Like, if this is all true, the fact that they are going through and adding 35,000 additional lines, that's kind of crazy. Assuming like the main story and all of that already has a ton of lines, the fact that they're adding more and that they're going back to some of the,
it definitely does,
and that they're adding more, you know, type of strangers and freaks missions and random world events, it sounds great. It means that even if you don't focus on the story, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but even if you don't, like, there's going to be a lot of stuff you'll be able to hear and interact with and have a really good experience in the world. Again, assuming this is all true. So pretty interesting stuff in the GTA 6 world over the last few days. I know I keep harping on that we'll see a lot more fake leaks as we approach the game. But also one of the things we might see more of is what happened here. Employees where their time has ended with Rockstar, they're looking for newer jobs. Maybe they accidentally post what they've been working on in GTA 6 on LinkedIn. So maybe we'll see some more real leaks in the future as well. But that's going to do it for today's GTA 6 video. Thank you guys for watching. Please drop a video like if you did enjoy, subscribe for more GTA 6 content. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yes, sir. Let's check the comments real quick. November feels so far yet so close. Yes, yes, yes. I remember this leak. Same. I actually read this one before reacting. This just one guy saying he's not gonna buy a console. He'll just wait for the PC release. So it's a load of nothing. No, it says there's glass in the game. Wow. Oh, there's not many comments. Yeah. Yeah, not much there. He posted the video like 4 hours ago. I'm sure to get more stuff. More comments, rather. Alright, so yeah, that was it. That was my reaction to new GTA 6 leak from former Rockstar dev. Hope y'all enjoyed. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Turn on post notifications. Follow my socials in the description. With that said, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Goodbye.